Welcome to another episode of Daily Gym. If you're able to improve yourself or your company by 1% every single day, at the end of the year, you will have improved yourself or your company by 37 times. Yesterday, I made a video about KPIs and breaking it down to something small that's a direct consequence of your action or time. In today's video, I want to talk about the improvement of such KPIs or self-improvement or improvement of a company, and how if you're able to make it something smaller, some small change, some small improvement you can make, that over time the results will exponentially increase because of the effect of compounding. Personally, I've always had a very strong interest in the field of improvement and self-improvement, motivation, willpower, passion. So I've done a lot of reading and watching different forms of media to understand the topic more. And especially the last 2 months or so, as I started going on this new endeavor for myself of coaching with startups and so forth, I really tried to think every day, how can I improve myself? And of course, after a while, some things might become a bit boring or so. So I tried to understand as well, what things can I keep doing, or what things do I need to tweak to still see that 1% improvement over time? Sometimes it might be 2 or 3%. Sometimes it might not be really measurable, but the feeling of improvement is important. But more than that, if you can measure it, you can really see after a while how much has changed in your life and in your business. The idea of the 1% improvement came from a book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. And I strongly suggest reading the book. It goes into much more detail about habits and how it can have positive and negative effects and over time. But 2 takeaways I got from the book were about compounding and consistency. That if you're able to keep up improving very small amounts over time, that these small improvements will also improve on the improvements you made before already, which then triggers something called compounding, where the curve of improvement is exponential rather than a straight line. This, of course, most of us know about interest rates and increasing your money, or having like large debts which quickly start decreasing your money because of compound interest. So that's also something that you can Google if you're not familiar with the term. But it also applies to your personal development. In the book, he talks about the British team, how the British cycling team, how they weren't very good in the early 2000s, and that they started focusing on every small incremental change they can make to the bike, the technique of the riders, the physique of the riders, and that each small tweak, each small change was 1% or maybe more each, but all of them combined led to such vast differences with their competition that between 2008 or was it 2006 and 2016 or so, in that one decade, they dominated pretty much every competition in road cycling as well as indoor cycling. And that's, I guess, what I want to give to you as well, is that if you're able to narrow down your KPIs to something small that's directly attributable to your time or effort spent, and then you're able to improve on that small thing by 1% every day. Let's say you try to write an article in 10 minutes for 300 words, and the next day you try to do 10 minutes, 303 words. And over time, that 1% really starts adding up, that if you look back a year from now, you will have made such big progress. That's all I have to say for today. Really go take a look at the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. I'm not endorsed in any way, but I really thought it really made a difference in my life. And I'll be back with another video tomorrow. Have a nice day, everyone.